Good morning, Texas. You know, I always thought our Texas representatives were the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Yesterday, somebody sent me something that had me digging for the last couple of days. And I'm now realizing that you can buy a Texas senator for pretty well next to nothing. I don't know if I'd say a quarter, maybe 2 bits, something like that. Pretty cheap, ain't they? You know, somebody pointed out to me yesterday that Senator Paxton, who everybody is saying that they're going to vote for because he's not corrupt like uh, Cornyn, Senator Cornyn. Well, from everything I'm seeing, he's an identical version of Cornyn, except he's younger. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, somebody told me he went to. We already know that he went to visit the Hindu Jewish American Congress on December 9th, 2025, with very little fanfare, and hardly anybody knew about it. $10,000 a plate, what you know, is where they could buy his devotion, shall we say. So yesterday somebody sent me a deal saying he went to China last year under similar circumstances. Well, I didn't believe that, but I got to digging. And hell, I found that he's gone back around the, he went on a 10-day trip to China, Communist China, paid for by Communist China. And many of their, shall we say, employers or his future benefactors, is that what that's called? Back in 2018 and 19. Oh, 2019. 10-day trip. Let's pull it over here so you can see what I'm seeing. Went on a 10-day excursion between October 30th, 2019 and November 8th, 2019. Beijing, Hangzhou, Shanghai, and Macau. My first thought was this was a terrible decision to have made, said one individual of knowledge. Under no set of circumstances, as a U.S. law enforcement official, should you willingly go to China. Yet this sorry SOB's done it many times. Found out he's been to India, too. And right now, 30 days before the election, the Blaze TV, or whatever it's called, has allowed their reporter, Sarah Gonzalez, to show everybody how he's going to stand up for America, for Texas workers. Don't you know? He has sent them a CID, don't you know? Which I originally thought was a criminal investigative type report. Nah, it's a civil inquiry demand or something like that. I don't know exact terminology. You can look it up, CID. So in other words, they probably have 30 days to respond, which by then the primary will be over with. And they'll probably be found not guilty, that they've done nothing wrong, because Sarah didn't really dot her I's and cross her T's. Doing a hell of a job, though, promoting it, Don. I wish we had somebody like her on our side that would stand up for Texans in Texas and tell a story, follow the story, show where it leads with no rocks unturned. In other words, if somebody like old Senator Cornyn or Attorney General Ken Paxton or even old Virgil the Jobs guy or Wesley Hunt the mirror lover, if they're doing something wrong, tell us about it. That way we can make an informed decision. But this crap of promoting Paxton just because you get all goo-goo eyes at him, Nah, that ain't gonna cut it. Do a little digging. Tell us more about him. What are all these trips to China and India? What the hell do they have to do with Texas? Are you planning on replacing Texans once you get up there in the Senator, Paxton? Because that sure as hell is how it seems to me down here out here in the boonies of Texas. Now I can tell you, 2015 when nobody hired me for 5 years, I begged Cornyn for help so I could get hired at the VA hospital in Kerrsville, Texas. And that sorry SOB basically threw me under the bus. So I can guarantee you he ain't going to help you none. This Paxton guy, you Gen Z people out there, Gen Z mothers, Gen Z children, the ones graduating with honors from the best colleges that Texas has to offer, if you're expecting him to put your family first, you better think again, because he's got a few markers he owes to China and India. And your family name's not on them. If you want a future, you need to stand up for Virgil the Jobs guy. Or if there's somebody out there that's got jobs in mind that's even talking about jobs that's better qualified than me, go for them. But if you're thinking about voting for Cornyn or Paxton, they done sold you down the river, folks. Your name doesn't even mean squat to them. And this Hunt guy, hell, he don't have a clue. Heard he spoke out against H-1B finally. Somebody else sent me an article saying he backed a bunch of DEI stuff in some schools somewhere. That damn sure ain't going to put Texans first, especially our best Texans. If these kids go out there and work their butt off and get a degree from a teacher they probably can't even understand, and they graduate with honors, don't they deserve the best jobs that Texas has to offer? Now, we can't go out there and tell old Elon Musk or Michael Dell that, hey, you have to hire Texans, because that's his money. We ain't really got no say in it, nor do we know where he spends it at. But those Texas state agencies that supposedly Abbott shut down for a year here a couple of days ago, and everybody told me he couldn't do it, but he did it, I'll give him credit for that. But guess what? He didn't shut down the contractors who hired the H-1Bs to go to work at these government agencies. No mention was that. If you want me to prove, Governor Andrews, that you're standing up for Texans in Texas, you immediately go to all them contractors and you tell them, if your crew is not 100% American staff by Monday morning, you ain't getting paid ever again. Period. Put some teeth in it, Governor Abbott. Quit effing around with Texans. They deserve better. They deserve real leadership. And you won't find it. I don't care if you look at Cornyn or Paxton or Hunt or Evan Abbott. Lee Iacocca wrote a book here a few years back about where have all the leaders gone. I think he must have been thinking about Texas. Now, for those of you wondering, you know that old Virgil the Jobs guy, besides being up there in hell, he's running to be the next United States Senator. And if this was just on jobs, I would have a very good chance of winning. But it's not. It's apparently based on whether you go to China or India or whose something you suck, whose boots you kiss, and whose money you take. Well, I don't do none of that. So if you're having trouble finding good paying jobs, you need to vote for Virgil Beersford, the jobs guy. VBSenate.com, that's my website. VBeers@gmail.com. You can text me at 325-215-1886. People are asking me why I'm not all over Texas having discussions like this. Very simple, folks. There's no money, no donors. We raised about $10,000. It cost $5,000 to get on the ballot. And we spent about $5,000 on advertising. I think we got a couple $100 left. I'm not asking for your money because I'm not. I already know that you're strapped. But what I would like to see is Texans step up and get about 3 or 4 million votes for old Virgil, so that we could upset the apple cart. Don't you know? There again, that's how you contact me. There's my ugly mug. I'm going to be on the ballot. I'm running this race to win because I believe your family deserves better. But the thing is, do you have a way to take this message and get it to people that don't follow us on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or any of those things? Is there a way to get it out in your community? That's the question you need to be asking yourself if you want to. If you don't want to, well, there's nothing I can do about it, folks. I'm not going to beg. But I will tell you that your family deserves better than what it's getting. Thank you.